Good evening, everyone. I just received a message that we should start, so we are starting. Good evening, everyone. Please, am I audible? I just want to know and be sure that everyone can hear me. Thank you so much. That's right. So it is my pleasure to warmly welcome you all to this AYWLF Country Activation Conference. My name is Leader Bevelyn Mensah, and together with my co-program director, Leader Ruth Munkuma, we are delighted to welcome our leaders, young women, speakers, partners, the guest speakers, and everyone joining us today. You know something, today is not just another meeting. No. We are here because we believe that young women have a major role to play in shaping economic opportunities in our countries and beyond. So our conference is guided by three important objectives. And we are going to look at these three important objectives. The first one has to do with the AYWLF representation, growing and strengthening AYWLF in our country, and identifying young women who are ready to participate, mobilize, and lead. And the second has to do with the MIEA participation, bringing more young women entrepreneurs and micro and informal enterprises into the MIA program. So we have to invite more young women entrepreneurs to register for the MIA program. And that is the main reason why we are here or gathered tonight. And the third reason for our gathering is the MET preparation. That's the Met Global Conference. We are preparing ourselves to connect, participate, and create opportunities at the Met Global Conference. Hello, please. Am I audible? All right. Thank you so much. So, as we go through this conference, I want every one of us to ask ourselves one question. What am I going to do after this conference? Because we don't want to leave here only inspired. No, we want to leave with clarity, commitment, and action. Once again, on behalf of myself and my co-program director, Leader Ruth Monkuma, you are all warmly welcome. Thank you.
All right. So at this point, we are going to commit this conference, this program into the hands of God. So with this, I would like to invite Leader Hilda to kindly lead us in the opening prayer. Leader Hilda, if you're here, please unmute yourself and lead us in the opening prayer.
Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity. Please, we are praying. Gracious and everlasting Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for bringing us together today. We pray that you grant us wisdom, unity, and understanding as we discuss the empowerment of young women. Father, Lord, we ask that you grant us international collaboration into many countries and many sectors of our communities. We also pray that, oh God, grant us success as we discuss for the preparation of our Met Global Conference. May our discussion also be fruitful and bring positive change into our lives and our communities. This and many more we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Leader Hilda. May God bless you for praying for this conference and everything we are about to do. Leader Bevelyn, I leave the ball in your court.
Thank you so much, Leader Ruth. I accept that. So we will now move into a very important part of our program, the AYWLFY field. And this is an opportunity for us to hear directly from our leaders why they chose to be part of AYWLF, what the movement means to them, and why they believe other young women should also join. We want to hear their personal reasons, their experiences, and also the vision behind their movement or their involvement. So I will be inviting some of our leaders to share their why feel with us. As they share, I encourage everyone listening to also reflect on your own why feel. Why did you join AYWLF? In fact, why are you still here and why did you join this conference? And what impact do you want to make through this movement? With that, I would like to invite Leader Gloria Okwampa to share her why feel with us. So, Leader Gloria. You can unmute yourself and let us hear your why feel.
Good evening, leaders. Leader Beverly, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, as I would always say, I am very grateful to be a part of this fellowship. And one of the many advantages is getting the opportunity to participate in programs such as the MIEA. For me personally, MIEA is important because it gives us young women the chance to learn, connect, and also to grow. We young women have the ideas and the ambition, but sometimes we just need the right exposure and the right people around us to communicate all these thoughts to. So I encourage all of us not to see the MIA program and other programs as just mere programs, but to see them as a chance to invest in ourselves, because one connection can change our lives. Thank you.
Wow, Leader Gloria, that was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. We now move on to Leader Edna Bevela. So, Leader Edna, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and let us hear your why feel.
Good evening, leaders. Being part of the African Young Women Leadership Fellowship has helped me grow confidence, especially in sharing my own experiences and ideas. I have learned from young women across Africa, heard different perspectives, and realized that my own experiences have something valuable to offer. It has encouraged me to speak up, learn from others, and be more intentional about the kind of leader I want to be. Thank you.
Can we give her some flowers? Thank you so much, Leader Edna. Leader Vida, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and let us hear your why feel.
Thank you, Leader Beverly. Good evening, leaders. I deem it a great honor to be given the privilege to speak at this conference. Because of my experience as a student, an electrical student, and as the chairperson for the solar energy sector, I have learned that you cannot achieve meaningful results by working alone. For example, in the solar energy sector, you need to connect with people in government, in finance, in technology, in business, and in local communities. Each sector brings something different to the table. The same applies across countries. Connecting with people from different African countries allows us to exchange ideas, learn from different experiences, and create opportunities for collaboration. For me, networking is therefore not just knowing many people, it is about building meaningful relationships that allow us to learn, collaborate, and create impact. And I believe that AYWLF gives the exact opportunity to connect with younger women across different sectors and together build something stronger. Thank you.
Wow, that was deep. That was very deep. Thank you so much, Leader Vida Ayoma. We sincerely appreciate you. Now, I'm going to mention one person outside country Ghana to give us her why feel. And I'm delighted to call upon Leader Gladness Kampa. She's the chairperson. Leader Gladness, please, if you can hear me, kindly give us your why feel.
Good evening, leaders. Um, I'm so happy and proud of all of you for what you have prepared, and I'm here to learn from you guys. As you know, the next week is our turn, so this conference is kind of like a roadmap to us, Tanzanians, and other people from Benin, and we believe that from you guys we can learn more about the program, MIA, and MET. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Leader Gloria. We appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much. Before we continue the program, I would like to say that these different reasons reminds us that while our individual stories may be different, we can come together around one shared purpose. That's to empower young women and create greater opportunities. And with that, let's continue with the program. But before we proceed, there is another question. And the question is that why should a young lady join AYWLF now? It's the now that matters. Why now? Leader Ruth, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and take us through that.
Thank you, Leader Bevlin. All protocols duly observed. Yes, a young woman, I mean any young woman here in this world, in Africa, must join the AYWLF now, because we are not just building a platform for young women to simply watch from the sidelines. No, we are building a platform for young women to participate, to lead, to connect, and create economic impact. And this is why the connection between AYWLF, the MIEA, and MET becomes important. AYWLF brings young women together. The MIEA creates an opportunity to bring enterprise into the conversation, in that it gives visibility and recognition while connecting businesses to a wider economic ecosystem. And the MET, it also brings young women, businesses, institutions, and opportunities together on a broader platform. So the journey is just simple. The journey is join, mobilize, participate. Participation is very, very key here. Participate, connect, come together, and create opportunity. That is what today is all about. If you're able to go through this journey, being the joining, the mobilization, the participation, connection, coming together and creating opportunities, I believe we can do a whole lot. Thank you. Ida Bevlin, kindly continue with this.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. The ball is in my court. Can we celebrate it? Before we continue, let's celebrate it. Let me see some flowers. Let me see some clapping. Let me see some excitement, please, from our leaders. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Leader Ruth, once again. Thank you so much. We will now hear from our chairperson, Leader Edwina Bevela, who will set the strategic direction for today's conversation. The keynote is centered on the power of one movement, uniting young women for economic transformation. Please, as she presents, kindly listen with an open mind as we explore why working together can take us further than working alone. Ladies, leaders, and seniors, please join me as we welcome our chairperson, Leader Edwina Bevela. Leader Edwina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Leader Bevlin, for the opportunity. Distinguished leaders of African Young Women Leaders Fellowship, country representative, our guests, and fellow young women joining us from different parts of Africa. Good evening. It's a pleasure to welcome all of us to this important gathering. When I think about young women across Africa, I think about the woman who is already doing so much with what they have. Some are running businesses, some are building careers, some are studying, and others are trying to turn an idea into something that can change their lives and the lives of those around them. But we also know that is the reality. Having potential alone is always not enough. Sometimes as young women, we need access to information, useful connections, mentorship, funding, or simply another woman who is willing to share what they know. That is why coming together as African Young Women Leaders Fellowship really matters. One woman may have an idea, another may have an experience, another may know about an opportunity, and another may have the connection that can make opportunity possible. When these women find each other, ideas becomes opportunities, opportunities becomes actions, and actions can lead to real development. This is the kind of collective strength I believe we should be building through the African Young Women Leaders Fellowship. We should not only know each other's names or countries, we should know what we are working on, the challenges we are facing, the skills we have, and where we can support each other. Because a young woman in Ghana should be able to connect with young women across, like Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Sierra Leone, or anywhere else across the continent, and find a reason to collaborate. Our countries may be different, but the challenges we face as young women could be the same. And that is why a strong representative in each country truly matters. We need active network of young women who will take opportunity into their communities, connect other women to them, and ensure young women are part of the economic conversation. We cannot always remain spectators. When economic programs and opportunity comes, we need to participate. We need to ask questions, develop our skills, and build businesses, create partnerships, and put ourselves forward. The MIEA and MET gives us the opportunity to do exactly that. But the real value will not come during this program or this national conference, but it will continue with the relationship we build from here, the knowledge we acquire from this place, and the opportunity we gain from here. So as we begin this national conference, I encourage all of us to think beyond past patients. Who can we connect with? What can we learn from another young woman? What opportunity can we share? And what achievement can we achieve together? Because individual success is very important, but collective impact gives the success a wider reach. Your country is not preparing for an event. Your country is building a movement. And that movement begins when we stop seeing another woman's progress as separate from our own and start asking what becomes possible as we move together as African Young Women Leaders Fellowship. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Wow. Chairperson, for this timely and powerful message, we say thank you. And indeed, we are not simply preparing for an event, we are building a movement. That was so timely. Thank you. And we now move into our first speaker. And the first speaker session, the focus is on one country, one movement, bringing young women together. A movement cannot grow if people are not connected. So this session is about how we reach more young women, bring different communities and sectors together, and build a strong country network. As you listen, I want you to think beyond yourself. Ask yourself, who are the next young women I can bring into AYWLF? Because every woman in this room can be a representative, a mobilizer, a bridge to another young woman. So please, join me as we welcome Leader Sandra Bauti. Leader Sandra, the floor is yours.
Good day, distinguished leaders joining us from across the country. So it is a great honor to speak today on a very important question. How do we build one strong AYWLF movement by bringing more young women together? So that topic is one country, one movement, bringing young women together. A movement, we have to know that a movement cannot be built by a few people. A movement becomes powerful when many people decide to move in the same direction. As the movement is not simply a platform that we belong to. It is not simply a name that we carry or simply a program where we attend meetings, trainings, or conference. But AYWLF, we have to know that it's a movement. If you want this movement to become strong in Ghana and everywhere in Africa, we have to ask ourselves, who are we bringing with us? There are many young women we have not reached, and we all know that, especially Ghana. So across Ghana, there are young women with incredible potentials. They are in schools, university, as we can mention. And also, there are also some young women around our communities that don't even know that AYWLF exists. And women who know about AYWLF, but do not yet understand, especially they are inside our group. What is my place here? That's the question they always ask themselves. Our challenge is not that young women do not exist, but our challenge is mobilization. So we have to ask our question: how do we find them? How do we read them? How do we connect to them? And most importantly, how do we give them a reason to become part of the movement? By reaching them, we cannot sit in one room and expect the movement to grow, right? We must go where young women are. Every member of this movement has to network. We have the chance to network. We have classmates, colleagues, neighbors, friends, family, and also social media gives us this opportunity and powerful meaning. Through WhatsApp, we can post, Facebook, Instagram, and all the digital platforms. That's why I'm saying that mobilization should not only be about posting a flyer. No, we need personal invitation. I see something in you. Yes, come and join us. There is a place for you here. That's what we have to go around with. That personal invitation can change someone's life. We must go beyond our comfort zone. One of the biggest dangers in any movement is that we continue talking about the same people, talking to the same people. A movement becomes powerful when it reaches beyond our existing circles. Don't only ask yourself, which of my friends can I bring? No. But we should rather ask, which young woman have I not yet met who needs this opportunity? Those are the women we must reach. And also, we have to notice that bringing different regions, sectors, and communities together must be our focus too. The challenge is not simply getting women into AYWLF. It is connecting them. Our diversity should not divide us, but it should strengthen us. So just imagine as a young entrepreneur in Accra or in Ghana, connecting with a young woman running a business in Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, as a student yourself with an established professional, a creative, connecting with different people with technology, knowledge, and so on. So that's the power of network. One thing you should know is, why should we work together? We have to work together if you want to go far. When we operate alone, our reach, our knowledge, networks, and resources are limited. When we connect, we can share knowledge, opportunities, contact, mentor one another, etc., etc. And people can hear our voice when we are many. One woman can have an idea, another may have the skills, another may have the networks, another may have the access to resources that we need to move this movement, another may have the platform. So when we all come together as women, the idea becomes much more powerful than we think. We must stop seeing each other only as competitors. Sometimes women are taught to compete for the same opportunity, but a strong movement requires a different mindset. If we succeed, I celebrate you, and your success creates another pathway for me. That's what we have to put in mind. Your success does not have to diminish mine. Your network can become my network. Your knowledge can become my knowledge, and your opportunity can open another door for us. We stop operating as isolated individuals. We begin operating as collective if you are part of this movement. What can we achieve collectively that we cannot achieve alone? And we have to know that it's for strong advocacy, greater economic opportunity, knowledge, mentorship, leadership, and impact. So another aspect is building a strong AYWLF country network. I myself believe that we need to focus on these three things. One is connect, participate, and mobilize. As you are connecting, every member should know other members in this movement outside your country or circle. We have to know them and reach out to them. And whilst we are together, we have to participate, join meetings. Membership cannot simply mean being added to a WhatsApp group, attend activities, share ideas, volunteer, support projects, etc. Offer some skills and celebrate other women's achievements. Not forgetting mobilizing. Every member must become a mobilizer, not simply to increase numbers, no, but to identify women with the potential and bring them into the movement. Me bringing mine speak to an end. Every member is a representative. Every participant is a potential representative and mobilizer of AYWLF. We have to know that. You do not need to wait for a title for someone to tell you to recruit women. If you believe in movements, you should already have the responsibility to introduce someone else to this movement, because your leadership begins with the person next to you. So the last question we have to ask ourselves whilst we are having this conferences, instead of you asking yourself, what can AYWLF do for me? You should rather ask, what can I do to strengthen AYWLF? Instead of you asking, who will invite me? Ask, who can I invite? Instead of you saying, who will support me? But rather say, who can I support? Instead of you saying, what opportunity can I get? But rather say, what opportunity can I create or share with another woman? That is how we change from being participants to builders. So we are giving ourselves a challenge, as the saying goes, the 5 to 10 women challenge. When this conference ends, we want you to think about the 5 to 10 young women that you are inviting. It can be entrepreneurs, students, anyone, those creative, those who need help. You can bring them to join the movement. Who are the next 5 to 10 young women I am bringing into AYWF? LF, sorry. Do not just write their names, no. Reach out to them, as Devlin has always been reaching out to me, following up so that I will also follow up on different members. Tell them what the movement is about. Tell them why you believe in this movement and you belong here. Invite them, follow up with them, connect them, then help them connect with someone else. If every person on this call brings 5 women, we immediately multiply our reach. If those women bring 5 more, the movement continues to grow. That is how mobilization works. Our vision here in Ghana, as Ghana hosts this movement conference, we have an opportunity to demonstrate what a strong country movement can belong. We should not leave the conference simply saying, that was a wonderful program. No, we should live with actions. We should live by knowing who are our members, where are they, what do they do, what do they need, what can they contribute to this movement, who are we bringing this? Connected, inclusive, active, visible, collaborative, and most importantly, growing. May closing. A movement is not built by a logo, no. It is not built by a WhatsApp group. It is not built by one leader. It is not built by one conference. No, a movement is built by people. And who are the people? We, the participants, people who believe, who participate, who connect, people who open doors for others, and people who are willing to say, I will not move alone. I will bring another woman with me. So I will end here. Thank you, everyone. And I hope we are going to do as we've heard. Thank you. Devlin, you can continue.
Wow, wow. Leaders, please give her flowers, Leader Sandra. Thank you so much, Leader Sandra, for giving us this insightful contribution. Wow. The message is clear, leaders. The message is clear. We just cannot build a strong movement by waiting for people to come to us. No, we cannot do that. We must go out. We must connect. We must mobilize. Leaders, we cannot sit there and say, oh, they will come. We've already spoken with them. They will come. No, we have to keep on. And I hope everybody is also already thinking about those 5 to 10 young women she was talking about. Because as I'm speaking with you, I'm already thinking about mine. Everybody here, in this conference should make it her own decision to bring those 5 or 10, even if you like, can bring like 50, 100 young women whom you are going to introduce to the AYWLF. Leaders, please, it is very important that we follow up on the leaders we bring into this noble group. Please, we shouldn't say, I've already spoken to this person. She knows what to do. She doesn't know what to do. If you don't follow up, the person will slack back. Leaders. Leader Bevelin, the ball is in your court. Kindly.
Yeah, leader, I'm right here. Wow, leader Sandra. Leader Sandra is the treasurer for the Ghana chapter. Yes. So, leader Sandra, thank you so much for this beautiful presentation. I really, really enjoy. I wish you would never end. I wish you would never end this presentation. But we have to move on. We have to because of time. I'll be ready for the next speaker. Let me see some excitement. Let me see some joy, some excitement, some emojis flowing. I'll be ready for the next speaker. No, I'm not seeing the vibe. I'm not feeling it. Please. Okay. Next, we turn our attention to MIEA, and our topic is from participation to recognition. Why young women must participate in the MIEA. Our speaker will take us through what MIEA is, who can participate, and the opportunities it offers young women and their enterprises. Please join me in welcoming the Global Head of Education and Training under IEDF, Dr. Mary Otibu. Dr. Mary, please, the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, everyone. A very good evening, ladies. It's really exciting to be here this evening. Let me first of all start by saying a big thank you to the Global President, the Deputy Global President, Leader Beverly, and of course all the executives for having me come speak to all of you this evening. I want to first of all say you are all simply amazing. I'm so inspired to be in your midst this evening. You are all doing amazing job, and this is so inspiring. This evening, I'm going to be talking to you about why young women. Can you mute your mic, Edwina? Why young women like you should participate in the MIEA program. A lot has been said this evening by all of you young ladies, and really amazing speech, Sandra, leader Sandra, beautiful opening, Beverly, and all the leaders. MIEA, what is MIEA? Before I tell you about MIEA quickly, I want to first of all give you a short story. As a young lady, growing up, I had so many dreams. I wanted to be so many things at the same time. However, building a career over the years, I saw a gap in my life. And what is that gap? Opportunity to develop my own ownership. I want to say it again. Ownership was very key. I never had a mentor or a fellowship where I could be inspired, motivated to start thinking of owning something for myself. As young women, you know that women are very innovative, we're multitasking, there's so much we can do, but you need a sense of direction. Someone needs to tell you who you are and bring out that queen in you. And that is what this fellowship is doing to each and every one of you. You are emerging great African young women. However, there are platforms you need to play. There are rooms you need to be speaking in. There are people you need to be talking to. You've got 5 minutes to pitch your ideas. You've got ideas. A lot is going on in your mind. You've got 5 minutes to pitch. That is what MIEA is bringing to you. So, ladies, it's really an honor to be talking to you this evening about the MIEA Awards. Beyond the award, it is a platform where you grow. You grow your mind, you grow your enterprise. You don't have to own a business to be in the MIEA. You just need to have that zeal to say, I need to have something in my hands. As a woman, your hands are your biggest assets. Not just growing a career, but having to know that you can do other things even apart from your career. You can own a business. I've always loved the brand's perfumes, and I started making perfumes. Do you see? What do you love to do apart from what you are studying? That is what God has placed in your hand. So the MIEA Award is beyond a platform that celebrates and honors outstanding micro and informal enterprises or entrepreneurs, innovators, and community business leaders. It recognizes businesses that create economic value, all right, empower communities, demonstrate resilience despite limited resources. That is the criteria for the award. Some of the people we're going to be giving awards in MIEA are not necessarily people you know on social media. These are people who, despite the challenges without electricity in their communities, they are doing something. That's what the MIEA recognizes. So MIEA says one powerful message is every enterprise matters. Now, beyond enterprises, every idea matters. Every entrepreneur deserves recognition. That is MIEA. But you are aware, if you don't know, let me let you know that in the MIEA program, there are certain trainings through the MIEA platform you need to go through to prepare you to know how to pitch. Let me tell you, ladies, information is power. I had one of you say it just this evening. Information is power. So through the MIEA program, I have started my training, all right, especially the AI component of the program. So we've got 7 programs you need to go through. Now, when you go through that program, your business, your idea is ready to be pitched, through the MIEA program. So who can participate? Everyone can participate. But the micro and informal businesses, all right? What is an informal business, if I may ask you? Excuse me, do you know what an informal business is? An informal business is just a business that you are engaging, but maybe you've not registered yet. You're starting in a small scale. That is informal. All right. So you can participate to grow that business from being informal, all right, to becoming micro business, and of course, to now becoming a mega enterprise. You got to start from somewhere. Why must young women participate? You've got a voice. Look at every one of you. You speak with so much confidence. You must be visible. Let me get your thumbs up. You must be visible. It starts from your ecosystem. It starts from this fellowship. It starts from Met Global Conference, from the MIEA conference. That visibility, you know what? Just even being in that room where you see so many other leaders coming from different part of the world will change your mindset. Do you know? So young enterprises, startups, innovators, women-owned enterprises must participate. Are you a street trader? Who says that if you're a street trader, then you cannot have an opportunity? That's what we're doing in IEDF. We're giving everyone an opportunity. Artisans, young women farmers. Let me tell you, farming is a great opportunity. Okay? Creatives, Beverly, your hands are raised. Do you want to say something? Your hands are raised. All right, I'll continue because of time. Then I'll leave the floor. All right, so I was saying straight traders. I'm talking about who can participate. All right, artisans, farmers, creatives. Now I'm telling you the people you should be talking to, and you must mentor them to say, you know what, you may not have the opportunity to have gone to school. I remember one time training some young people because I own an organization called Young Executive Mind, and I was training young people somewhere in Soweto because I'm based in South Africa. And there was this young boy who created a solar bag for his community. He hadn't gone to school. Imagine if I go back to him now and say, come on, guy, you got to be in MIEA. Do you see? Then he goes through the program. It just gives him that inclusiveness that somewhere in this world I can't be found because somebody saw me and brought me to this program. So, I mean, I'm not inspiring you. I'm teaching you this evening, opening your eyes to the opportunities that God has given to you. So, community enterprises, social enterprises making local impact. So whether your business operates from a market store, a home, a small shop, your work is valuable in a MIEA program. The informal economy rather is the heartbeat of every nation. I hope you're aware, especially in Africa. It provides livelihood, it creates employment, reduces poverty, and offers opportunity, which formal jobs are limited. You all know that there's quite a lot of challenges when it comes to working in banks and big corporate organizations. So young women must have their own startup. You got to start thinking, what do I love to do, without anyone having to, compel you. This is my gifting. Turn your gifting to your product or service. So most micro enterprises are not just small dreams, leaders. You are a big solution. Whether you are trying to build a business that removes dirt from the street, that is a big solution. We are feeding cities, we're educating children, all right? We preserve local skills and we stimulate economic growth for our country. Through the MIEA program, we showcase these opportunities, all right? So every young entrepreneur, like all the beautiful faces I'm seeing this evening, must participate. You must know your why. And that's why in our idiot, we never start without knowing our why. So why? When you participate in the MIEA program, all right? In fact, all of you already participating, you create visibility for your business. Now, remember, you don't just create visibility for your business, you also create visibility for yourself. You create credibility and recognition and public recognition. You're networking with others, you're speaking to investors, you're getting partners, you're having access to learning, access to learning, access to mentorship, access to enterprise development. All right? Listen, you may never get to the United Nations, but this is your starting ground. One day, I will hear you speaking in the UN. Do you see? But you need to take this opportunity. Have a vision for yourself and seize this opportunity through this program. All right? So you inspire growth beyond survival and sustainability. You know, in Africa, every time we have businesses, it's all about survival. Leaders, young women, you are bigger than just surviving. You are thriving. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that. When you come to MIEA, you begin to thrive and not merely surviving. And then you are creating sustainability for your business. So you got to participate. You got to grow more customers, create confidence. Remember, through the MIEA program, we're also doing a free website. Do you see? That also gives your business or your idea some level of confidence. We have our media who will be carrying the nominees. When one wins, we all win. So if we nominate you, Vida, and you win, we're all winning. If we nominate you, Edna, when you win because you've got an amazing business and you win, we all win. We want young people to win more. You've got energy, you've got style, you've got the skills, Do not allow us, I'm still young, all right, but do not allow us to steal the show. We want you all visible there with your vigor. The world belongs to us. Shame the men are not here, but This is your time. And we want to thank our Deputy Global President for this vision to bring all of you together and giving you this platform to speak and most importantly to participate in the MIEA program. This is simply amazing. This is simply amazing. So make noise, talk to your friends. If you know people in your network, in your ecosystem who are doing great things, inspire them and tell them this is where you should be. Let me run you through how you can be recognized. You know, in Ghana, we have a lot of street vendors. We've got lots of young people who can do footwears, you know, lovely clothing. So much is happening in the informal world. People get working and get every one of your peers to register for the MIEA program. So young women should not just only participate, they should also nominate. Are you listening? You should also nominate businesses, entrepreneurs. Don't come to MIEA and it's only the top leaders in IEDF and other people from, you know, the Go-Go's and the Makulus are the ones winning the award. We need young minds. You know why? Because young people give sustainability to every idea. Okay, so that's why you should also nominate. Begin to ask yourself, start by profiling your businesses, all right? Even from this room, start by profiling yourself. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do in your sectors? Begin to profile your business, get to know what everyone is doing, and let's begin to nominate. I'm part of this team. This is the winning team. All right. So recognition grows stronger when women become champions of others. All right. When we begin to celebrate one another. MIEA is an integral part of MET. I hope you're aware. MIEA is an integral part of MET. In fact, in the gala night, well, that's where we're even going to be having the awards. All right. And I'm part of the steering committee in MET. I'm really excited to have each and every one of you participate. So in my closing this evening, amazing leaders, to every young, beautiful woman listening to me today. Oh, you guys are so beautiful and you're so brilliant and so smart. Do not underestimate yourself. Do not underestimate your business. Never think small. All right. Believe you can compete. I like to compete. Now, not competing with ourselves, but we're competing with the world. All right. We can compete with the world. The world's greatest enterprises often began with just one small idea, one customer, one courageous young girl. We want that girl from this fellowship. So participate, ladies, nominate, and let each and every one be recognized. Your enterprise is not just your livelihood, it's the African future. Your business is not just for livelihood, it is the future of Africa. I want to leave you all with this quote, all right? One of us need all of us, and all of us need one of us. Let me say it again. This is my favorite quote. One of us, Vida, gladness, one of us need all of us, and all of us need one of us. Let's get working today as a team, as a brand, and let's showcase the beautiful minds that we have in the Young Women African Fellowship of IEDF. Thank you all for having me. I hope I'll come again just to hear you all speak and, you know, build this confidence. You are all simply amazing. Let's not just lose the momentum when you leave this room. Build the momentum instead. And let's see us begin to grow, you know, in our participation. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for having me. And God bless each and every one of you. Always remember, you are the best in the world. Thank you. Over to you. Where is the Sandra? Where is Bevlin? Over
I'm
to
here.
you.
I'm here. I'm here,
Hey,
Dr.
yeah,
Mary.
thank
I'm
you.
here.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Beverly,
much.
for having me.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you. We appreciate you. And
Thank you
please let's
so
celebrate.
much.
We can do better than this. Please let's do more for her. Let's do more for Dr. Mary. We sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Wow. Wow, wow. When you join MIEA, you will thrive and not merely survive. Young people give sustainability to ideas. Recognition grows stronger when we celebrate one another. We can compete with the world and not ourselves. One of us need all of us, and all of us need one of us. Dr. Mary, thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you 1,000 times. Okay, before we proceed, we'll open the floor for questions. Probably you were confused or you are seeking clarity on anything you did not hear right. This is the chance for you to voice out or mute yourself and ask your question. We have 2 minutes to do this, so please, let's make it quick. The floor is open for questions. For questions. Anyone with a question? Okay, so we all understood Dr. Mary's presentation. Okay, I can see a hand. I can see a hand. That's right. Leader Dorcas, you can unmute yourself and give your question.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to ask, can you clarify the difference between MIA and MIT? What, like, clear distinction between the two?
All right. Okay, so the Met is our normal annual global conference. We started this conference. This conference gave birth when we had a program with UNDP and we saw some gap. The deputy global president began to draw this architect of having the Met Global Conference. It's a global conference that brings stakeholders together throughout all sectors. Are you listening? Now, the MIEA is not a conference, it's a recognition of work being done in our communities. Do you see? We recognize you, we build you, all right? We give you platform to pitch your ideas. And through that, there's a process. There's a process we go through in MIEA to get you to be recognized in the awards. But beyond the awards, there are also other training programs. There's a mentorship program, do you see, under the MIEA framework. So that's the difference between the MIEA and the Met Global Conference. The Met Global Conference brings stakeholders, the government, different stakeholders into one room, all right, discussing several issues about the informal economy and how we can build one another. While the MIEA recognizes grassroots work, jobs, projects, businesses within our communities. And through that process, we also give them opportunities to grow. We support those businesses. We give them training so that they can do more. Do you understand now, Dorcas, the difference?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much, Dr. Mary, for that. Okay, I can see another hand. Okay, Leader Lisa, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I have learned a lot. Please, I want to ask that the new, those of us who are new to MIEA and what it's all about, this is my first time joining this conference. So I would like to know how to join, how to participate, and the opportunities available for me.
Absolutely. Lisa, how are you? Good. Yes, that's why you're here. We have several meetings, okay? Every Thursday, we have sessions where the MIEA conference is being spoken about and the Mid Global Conference. You have your leaders in this room. I do know you have your own structured meetings where you'll be taught about MIEA, all right? There is the recording of this session, which will be shared. You can listen to it and you can begin to engage with your counterparts in this room. They'll get you registered, they'll mentor you, they'll hold your hands. You are in the right room, okay? So Beverly, Vida, Dorcas, Edwina, every one of you, let's support Lisa. Let's put Lisa through. Lisa, where are you from? What part of the country are you from?
I'm from Accra, Ghana.
You are in Accra, so Devlin is gonna put you through, and you've not missed out at all. Anytime you join is a good time. All right, so you are welcome. All right, Devlin, over to you.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Dr. Mary. Thank you very much. As country teams across Africa, this is an opportunity for us to actively mobilize young women entrepreneurs to participate in MIEA. Yeah. So let us ask ourselves, who can I mobilize? What enterprise can I bring forward? And what can my country contribute? With that, let us continue with this program. Leader Ruth, are you on? Leader Ruth,
I'm here, Leader Bevlin.
kindly take over
Thank
for us. Thank
you.
you.
So we move on to the Met Global Conference. So now we move from our country to the wider world. So our third speaker will speak on from our country to the world, why young women must come together at Met. The work we are doing at country level should not just end here. No, it shouldn't. The journey is country conference. Then from here, we move to the country activation. Then we move to MIEA participation, and then to Met Global Conference. And from there, we move on to the global connections and opportunities. Leaders, kindly join me as we welcome the head of Youth Civil Society Africa, Leader Jennifer Mwansa. Leader Jennifer, if you are here, kindly unmute yourself and give us your talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my leaders. Thank you so much, distinguished guests. I'm really honored to be on this program. Good evening to every leaders, every participant here. Thank you so much. Let me begin with a simple question. What becomes possible when young women from different countries come together in one place with one purpose? What becomes possible when young women from different countries come together in one place with one purpose? This year, that meeting point is from Namibia. We may be coming from different countries, different communities, and different background, but Met Global give us an opportunity to come together, learn from one another, and explore what we can build beyond our individual borders. For us, it's not just the host country, Namibia. Sorry, my lady. For us, as we build the African Young Women Leadership Fellowship Network and participate in MIEA, we are not only simply completing activities, we are collecting titles. We are building ourselves. We are building our businesses. We are building relationships, and we are preparing ourselves to participate in a much bigger space. That space is the Met Global Conference. Met give us the opportunity to take what we are building at the country level and connect to the global movement. So our journey should not stop at, I am a young woman from Ghana, South Africa, or Zambia. The biggest question is, what can I build from Ghana, South Africa, that can connect with the world? So, why should young women care about coming together at Met? Because opportunity does not always exist within our own borders. At Met, we have the opportunity to meet women who are building businesses, leading organization, creating solutions, and working in different markets. And those relationships can become variables. First, relationships. You may meet someone from another country whose business complements yours. Instead of simply exchanging contacts, you could discover an opportunity to work together. Second, it's markets. A business that is successfully locally may have potential beyond its current market. The question becomes, how do we take what we are building here and make it relevant somewhere else? The third one is partnerships. Sometimes the next level of your work does not require you to work harder alone. It requires you to find the right person or organization to work with. And the fourth one is learning. When we enter the global environment, we see different approach, different business models, different ideas, and different ways of solving problems. We can bring those lessons back home and apply them to our own communities. So, MET is not simply about attending a conference. It is about exposure to people, exposure to idea, exposure to market, and exposure to possibilities. Let's talk about from participation to opportunity. But here is where I want to challenge us. Being at MET does not automatically create success. You can attend the conference, take photographies, meet hundreds of people, and come back home with nothing to show for it. The opportunities only becomes valuable when you know how to use it. So we need to prepare before we arrive. Know your business. Know your value. Know what problem you are solving. Know who your ideal partners are. Know what you want to learn. And mostly important, know what you are looking for. Don't walk into a global space simply saying, I want an opportunity. Be specific. Say, this is what I am building. This is a problem I am solving. This is what I have achieved. This is where I want to go. And then ask, how can we work together? That is completely different conversation. Let's talk about our journey. So if we look at the journey we are taking together, it becomes clear. We start with country activation. We strengthen our participation through MIEA. We prepare ourselves for MET Global. And then we use that global platform to create connections, participation, sponsorship, and opportunities. So the journey is country, MIEA, MET Global, and global opportunities. But I would add one important step. Global opportunity is equals to local impact, because going global should not mean forgetting home. The purpose of going further is also to bring something back. New knowledge, new partnership, new opportunities, and new ideas. New possibility for young women and communities we represent. My call to action. So I want to leave you with 3 questions. What are you building? Who do you need to meet? And what are you preparing to contribute? Because MET Global should not be a place where we simply show up. We should show up prepared. We should show up with something to offer. We should show up ready to learn, and we should show up ready to collaborate. We are not building a delegation simply to attend an international event. We are building a generation of young women who are ready to participate in the global economy while remaining rooted in their community. So let us prepare, let us mobilize, let us build, and we can reach Mate Global. Let us not simply say Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, or Zimbabwe is here. Let our presence say Zambia, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Tanzania is ready. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. Leader Jennifer, we appreciate you. Please, can we celebrate her? Can we do more for her? Can we do more for her? Can we keep the flowers coming? Can we keep the flowers coming for Leader Jennifer? Thank you so much. So before you can attain the heights of global impact, you must have a record of community impact. That was my intake from Leader Jennifer's submission. Leader Jennifer, we appreciate you. We appreciate you so, so much. And so this brings us to an important question. What are we going to do between now and the Met Global Conference? Because opportunities do not become reality simply because we talk about them. There has to be an action. On this note, Leader Ruth, please take us through.
All right. Thank you, Leader Bevlin. Okay, so at this point, we move into the activation stage, which is the AYWLF and MIEA country activation. This is where we turn everything we've heard today into measurable action. So on these notes, join me as we invite Leader Edwina Equia Simmons to throw light on the AYWLF and MIEA country activation. Leader Edwina, kindly unmute yourself and give us your talk. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I be heard? Hello, leaders. Good evening. Please, can I be heard? If I can be heard, please give me some flowers. Okay, show some flowers so that I know I can be heard. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. We've heard a lot today. Yes, this meeting will not be fruitful if we don't get ourselves know what we have to do after this conference. And so I'll say it's an honor to give the activation for this conference. Once again, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So let's look at AYWLF, what we are going to do right after this conference. So our current membership is 103, and then we are looking at a target representatives. Okay, so we've been learning from today's conference that we have to participate, and so to participate we need representatives, and so we are looking at 150 representative right after this conference. We are going out there, each 1 to 5 members, as we have been told. Look out and then scout out 5 other members to come and join. And then we are also in that saying, we are looking at adding 47 members. Yes, adding 47 members. You are currently 103. And so we are looking at adding 47 members. So our numbers would increase from 103 to 47. And these members, you're not looking at just increasing in numbers, but you're looking at members who understand what we have been called to do as a fellowship and are also ready to hold other people's hands to be able to make it
economically, and then as industries and informal industries. Okay. And when it comes to MIEA, our target number of enterprises is 20. The target young women entrepreneurs we hope to be able to scout out and bring on board is 30. And for when it comes to nomination, we would like to nominate 10 young women who would represent us during the for MIEA, who will represent us for MIEA. This calls for collaboration, this calls for participation, this calls for mobilization. And so what we have heard here today, we are looking out, we are encouraging each and every one of us to look around us, any enterprise around you that you believe that they will need the goodies on our platforms. You could invite them, and hopefully we are going to make it. Okay, so when it comes to myths, our target we are targeting 50 young women. We are hoping that from Ghana you have 50 young women attending myths, and this is a very high target, but hopefully with us all here and then with what we have heard today, I believe that we are all getting ready and we'll put things in order so that at the time that we are having Met conference, you have 50 young women representing Ghana. And our target, we are also targeting 15 businesses. And then we are looking at, when it comes to stakeholders, you're looking at 5 to 8, having 5 to 8 stakeholders on board. Leaders, I'll say that this is like not just the goal. We've not just set the goal, but we are also not looking at just increasing our numbers, but we are looking at building an active and meaningful network of young women, entrepreneurs, businesses, and strategic partners who can contribute to the success and the sustainability of AYWLF, MIEA, and MET. Once again, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to take you through the activation of the activation for this conference, and let's do have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Leader Beverly, for the opportunity. Leader Ruth, you can kindly take over.
Leaders, let's give her flowers. Let's give her flowers. You can do more, leaders. Show her some love. Thank you so much, leader. Thank you so much, Leader Edwina, for taking us through the activation. And as she said, we have to still bring in more young women into this fellowship. Young women who are willing to be a part of us. Young women who are always going to be there when you call on them. And on this note, Leader Bevlin, the ball is in your court.
But before Leader Ruth, before you go off, we didn't open the floor for questions during the turn of the first submission. We didn't open the floor for questions. So please, if you have any question on the Met Global Conference, probably when she was presenting, you stated something down, you wrote down something that you would like her to throw more light on. Please, you can bring it up so that she clarifies that. Any question on the Met Global Conference? Any question? Okay, I think there are no questions, so we will move on. We are now going to the next one. Okay, Gloria, your hands are up. Gloria, let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening. Please, I wanted to ask if the Met Global Conference was open to like every leader.
If I may
I
come
think it's a
in, yes,
yes, please.
that's
Yes,
yes.
yes.
It's open for every single leader. Pre-registration for the Meet Global Conference is open via the global app, so everyone can pre-register. The confirmation of registration is next week, but pre-registration is open for every single leader.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Leader Chantel, for this one. We will now proceed to the next item on our agenda, the Met Global Conference mobilization. We've done that for the MIEA and the AYWLF. We looked at activation. So we are now moving on to the Met Global Conference mobilization. How are we going to bring ourselves together? How are we going to achieve our target? So with this, let us welcome Leader Ruth as she takes us through 6 key points on how to mobilize for the Met Global Conference.
Okay, Leader Bevelyn, thank you, leaders, for this opportunity. So, on the Met Global Conference mobilization, from today, every country should be working on 6 key areas. And when I say 6 key areas, it can also be known as the AMPIC, the acronym, the AMPIC. The A stands for AYWLF recruitment. The M stands for the MIEA enterprise mobilization. The second M, which also stands for the METS delegation mobilization. The P stands for partner and stakeholder engagements. The I stands for identification of young women leaders. And the C stands for country delegation preparation. So, as I said, every leader, every participant should understand that there is a role for her. Every leader in this conference room or outside, those who are yet to even join this fellowship, should know that there is a role for her. You don't have to wait for a big position before you contribute. The little you can is cool. You can mobilize. You can identify an entrepreneur. You can even introduce another young woman. You can also connect us to a partner. It's very key. Leaders, connect us to a partner. Connect us to a partner. You can help prepare our delegation. There is a place for every willing young woman in this movement. If only you are willing to do what you will be assigned to or the quota you can to help this fellowship move on, you can do something for us. So, as we draw closer to the end of today's conference, Leader Bevelyn, kindly take us through the country commitments and call to action.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Leader Ruth, for your submission. We will now move to the country commitment and call to action. I have placed something in the message box. I want us to look at the message box. There is something there for us all. Everyone look at the message box. Look into the message box. There is a message there. So now I want us to make this personal. I don't want today's conference to end with applause and receive flowers and we just leave. No. I want each of us to make a commitment. So wherever you are, I want you to think about these 3 statements, and I have pasted them into the chat box. Kindly look at it. Just think through this statement. So we are giving ourselves a minute to think through. Everybody, engage your thoughts. It's 6:21 here, probably it's 8:21 in South Africa. So we have a minute to engage our thoughts over the 3 statements that has been pasted on the chat box. Alrighty, let's continue. So wherever you are, I want you to think about these 3 statements, and I'm going to read them out. I will bring dash young women into AYWLF. I will identify dash enterprises for the MIEA. I will help mobilize dash young women or enterprises towards the Met Global Conference. Fill in those spaces with numbers you genuinely believe you can work towards. Because the strength of this movement will not only be measured by how many people attend our conferences, it will be measured by how many people we will mobilize, how many enterprises we connect, how many leaders we develop, and how many opportunities we create. So let us move from attendance to participation, from participation to mobilization, from mobilization to opportunity, and from opportunity to economic impact. Leader Ruth, it's your turn.
Okay, so at this juncture, we've been through a whole series of talks this evening, and with that, I would like to invite leader Amwa Esther Otu to give us her vote of thanks before we continue. So, Leader Esther, if you are here, kindly unmute yourself and give us the vote of thanks.
Okay. Good evening, good day, depending on your time zone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to take the vote of thanks. Personally, it's a privilege to be on this conference today. I've really learned a lot, and I'm so grateful. So, on behalf of the Young African Women Leaders Fellowship, it is a great honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt gratitude to everyone, every speaker, every guest, every member, every leader who contributed to making today's national conference a success. First and foremost, I want to thank the Almighty God for granting us this journey mercies, good health, wisdom, and the strength to bring this vision to life. To our esteemed special guests, speakers, and then the facilitators who graciously gave their time, wisdom, and then the experience to inspire and empower us personally. And on behalf of the team, the Ghana chapter, we are grateful. Your words, insights, and encouragement will continue to guide and motivate us to prepare again, move towards move and then psych our activities towards this movement, achieving our goals. And then to our co-hosts, Ghana and then Somalia, and then partners from Ghana and then Somalia, thank you for your collaboration and commitment and the dedication to this shared vision of one continent, one movement. Your partnership reminds us of the strength that comes when we work together across borders. To every young woman, leader who joined us today, from wherever you dialed in, from wherever you joined in, thank you for your time, your engagement, your ideas, your voice. This movement exists because of you, because of everyone here. And the future of Africa is brighter because of young women who are willing to lead, collaborate, and to create a change. We are so grateful. Finally, to the entire planning team and everyone who worked quietly behind the scenes, ensuring smooth connectivity, communication, the virtual coordination, Leader Beverly, and then Leader Ruth. We see you, we appreciate you, and we sincerely say thank you. As we conclude today's conference, may we not leave behind the lessons, the connections, and the inspirations we have gained from all the talks, all the thoughts shared. Let us carry them forward into our communities, organizations, businesses, and nations. May the relationship we have built today continue to grow into a meaningful partnership and lasting impact. Let's continue to collaborate, share, empower, and transform together. Once again, thank you all, and may God richly bless you. Thank you. All right, Leader Beverly, you can continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader Esther, for giving us this vote of thanks. So, leaders, on this note, as we come to the end of this country activation conference, I want all of us here in this conference room to remember the simple message, which is join the African Young Women Leadership Fellowship. Mobilize, bring more young women into the movement. I said we'll bring more young women into this movement. We need more young women. Participate, bring more enterprises into MIEA. Let us all connect. Let's bring relationships across sectors and countries. Let us come together. Let's bring our young women and businesses across the MET Global Conference. And finally, let us create opportunities. Let's move from participation to partnerships, markets, and real economic impact. Leaders, I thank each and every one of you here this evening. Leader Bevelin, the ball is in your court.
Leader Ruth, I have accepted the ball. So I encourage every participant, every leader, a representative here today to take what you have received and turn into action. Turn all these points into action. Our work does not end when this meeting ends. No, this is where the work begins. On behalf of the AYWLF country team, thank you to our chairperson, Leader Edwina Bevela, our speakers, our leaders, our partners, and every young woman who made time to be part of this conference. Thank you for your participation, your commitment, and your willingness to build together. Let us unite, let us mobilize, let us participate, let us connect, and together, let us create economic impact. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful night. But before we leave, I want Leader Chantel to say one or two things to us before we call it a night. Leader Chantel, please, the ball is in your court.
Leader Bevelin, of course you would ask that. Leaders, all I can say, and I speak out of truthness, I would say, from the heart. What you have learned over the past few months has shown true leadership tonight. I've purposely not been involved in your coordination, and you have done every single thing as true servant leadership. So I want to applaud each and every one of you for your unification. I know you faced one or two hurdles, and you took that hurdles as opportunities. You were aligned to the core vision of the IEDF. You understand the servant leadership. Most importantly, you are obedient to the calling. So I want to salute you. I want to give each and every one of you, you have represented your country so proudly. And I hope and I pray there is some stakeholders in the room from Ghana, because I'm extremely proud of what you have accomplished tonight. And to see the global head of education amongst the speakers, all I could say, what is happening here? She absolutely loves and adores the youth. So I wouldn't expect her anywhere else. So well done on a remarkable conference, insightful conference, and very well structured, executed conference. Thank you, leaders.
Thank you, Leader Chantel. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of our conference, so we call it a night. Goodbye, everyone.